Welcome to What's Working in Video. My name is Kathleen Selmans. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Amplified Now, a video-first content marketing agency that helps people create content and then get out of their own way. Today, I have with me Jill. Jill, can you introduce yourself and your company?
Yes, I am Jill Salzman. Great to meet everybody, even though we can't see you. I run a company called The Founding Moms, which helps mom entrepreneurs all around the world to build better businesses.
That is awesome. How do you help moms?
A lot of ways. We are segmented into two areas. We help women meet up in person if there's no pandemic going on.
In the after times.
uh, Twice monthly masterminds that we're currently doing virtually. But we normally love the face-to-face because there's no better way to build a business. And then we offer in our online platform lots of resources, video courses, webinars, workshops, boot camps, virtual assistants, business coaching. I'm definitely going to forget things, but a lot. So if you are a mom and an entrepreneur and you need to get better at your marketing or your sales or your branding, you need to come hang out with us.
That's really cool. So what kinds of entrepreneurs are drawn to your community?
There are also, the number two is very popular in this interview, but there are two kinds of women who normally make their way to us. They're either really good at selling the thing that they're selling and building, but they need to brush up on some sort of business education, like branding, or they might want to up their sales, or she doesn't need as much help in the business education area, but she really, really misses community. She's really lonely. She's working in a home office. She's got crying kids waking up from naps and has to tend, you know what I mean? So people who are just needing emotional support and other people to vent to, or folks who want to learn how to grow.
How do you use video to help with your community building?
I love using video, and it's funny to say that because I used to hate it. And everybody said I had to get on video more, people need to see you more, and I, for years, fought it. And then I hosted my first webinar, doing a video webinar for our members. And it went so well that I was flipped in 1 hour. And so we do a lot of video. We utilize Facebook's live feature. We do monthly webinars every single month. We release a video course every single month. So we're on video as much as humanly possible because, folks are watching us now. It's just easier, better, an awesome way to communicate if we can't be in person together.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's funny is that more people in the pandemic are living the life that I have been living since 2013. We were talking about what would change after the pandemic's over, and
right.
My day-to-day wouldn't change much at all, except that my kids would be out of the house more.
Right.
This is my office.
Same. Yeah.
I think it's really funny because I used to get asked a lot well, how do you spend your days? And now everybody knows.
You know what? I always say that anybody who's a working entrepreneur, really, who works for herself, who's sitting at home all the time, now the rest of the world understands us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's time. Yeah. So the pandemic's been very helpful in that sense.
Yeah. I used to also think that I needed to pretend I didn't have young kids. No, this is not my home office. This is totally a co-working space. You don't know. There's a blank wall behind me. But now,
if my noise in the background,
if my kids are screaming, I'm just your kids are home too. It's fine. I don't have to pretend I don't have them, or that there's some sort of perfect children.
Yeah, and it truly makes me so happy when I hear other people's kids making noise. Mm-hmm. And my kids are not little anymore. I have now a 10 and a 13-year-old. And so I don't get the tiny, 3-year-old noises in the background. So I love hearing other people's noise. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes me, my stress levels have gone way down because now, if I'm having an important client call, it's okay that somebody wants a drink of my water, right?
Yeah.
She'll get a drink and she'll leave and we'll move on. It's not they know that they're not the
Oh,
center of any of the conversation. So it works really well. I don't know. That's been one of the like silver linings. Not to say that I'm
yeah.
like not going to be in line for the vaccine as soon as they tell me I can, because I will.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me about how you got into this business.
I did not intend to get into this business. I still laugh at the fact that I help mom entrepreneurs because it wasn't a thing 10 years ago when I started. I was managing bands for a living, running a management company. And a couple years after that, I started a second business selling baby jewelry. And so running two businesses and pregnant with my second kiddo at the time, I thought I was going to lose my mind. And so I just started a little meetup and I thought, you want to come have coffee with me and tell me how you're surviving this craziness? Please join me because how are you doing work over phone calls, etc.? Not over phone calls. I mean, over crying kids. See how it's just so meshed in my head. But I thought there were going to be like three people at this meetup, and there were about 15 or 20 people at this first meetup who
Wow.
all had a jaw-dropping, wait, you too kind of moment. So we all decided we're going to do it again. We're going to meet next month, and then we're going to meet the next month. And about 6 months in, there was a woman who came up to me and she said, I hate driving all the way here. Can you open up a chapter somewhere else? Which, of course, hadn't occurred to me. So I thought, she was super lazy because it was like 4 miles to the city. And I did. And then once I did that, I just started opening up lots of chapters and, realized along the way, this could be a business. So here I
how
am.
many chapters are there now?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's a funny question you're asking during the pandemic because I want to say we're in 30 cities, but they're not all functioning right now because a lot of leaders have stepped out. A lot of leaders have refused to do it virtually because really the whole point of them is face to face. So we call them founding exchanges, and we're in about 15 cities right now that are functioning virtually. Yeah.
Cool. So, okay, how do people get to know more about you?
They can go to foundingmoms.com and see everything in one place, or they can find me online on any social media platform. I'm at Founding Mom.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jill.
My
This was
pleasure.
really
Thanks
great.
for having me. Thank you.